Good morning, class, once again. We are going to just start the today's class. So we were discussing about the types of vector yesterday, and we have gone through the no, means some zero vector up to the zero vector we have done, isn't it? So the four means we have discussed so far the four types of vector, isn't it? Let me know.
Yes, sir, unit vector.
Yeah, we have discussed about the unit vector. Okay, then coming to the collinear vectors. This is of the fifth kind, right? Okay, coming to the fifth one is collinear vector. Collinear vector. Now you can see in the collinear vector means co means same, linear means in a straight line. Okay, in straight line. So those vectors lie on the same line or parallel to as a collinear vector. Okay, so we can write here Sanjay Pal, sound is coming from your side. Okay. Okay. Those vectors which lies which lie on straight line may or may not be parallel. Okay, so are said to be collinear vectors. You can see like this. If this is a vector and there is another vector that is overlapping on this vector, let's say like this. This is your B vector. Now we can say this B vector is nothing, it's lambda times of A vector. It means what? The B vector and A vector are the collinear vector. This B vector and A vector are the collinear vector. This can be represented like this also. Suppose this is your B vector up to here. Now I can use the different color here, and here it can be your A vector. And here this relation is valid. B vector is lambda times of A vector. Okay? If there is such relation, then that vectors will be known as your collinear vector. Okay? If there is this relation, means B vector, either of vector will be some multiple of that, but another vector, then that two vectors will be known as your collinear. Okay? So coming to the sixth.
Yes, sir.
Coming to the sixth one, co-initial vector. Co-initial vector. Okay. So co-initial means co means same, initial means starting point. If there are two vectors which having the same starting point, if there are more than one vector that having a same starting point, then that vectors will be known as a co-initial vector. Co means same, initial means starting point. If the vector having same starting point, then that may be termed as a co-initial vectors. The vector having same starting point are known as co-initial vector. So this will be known as a co-initial. You can see like this. If there is a point and the vector is starting like this. This is your A vector and this is your B vector. You can see these vectors have a common initial point, common initiating point or starting point. So these A vector and B vector will be known as a co-initial vector. A vector and B vector are co-initial vector. So these will be your co-initial vector. Okay, coming to the another, that is coplanar vector. Means once again, this is coplanar. Co means same, planar means plane. If the vectors lying in the same plane, then that vectors will be said as a coplanar vector. The vectors lying in same plane is known as coplanar vector. So I already discussed you about what are the planes. Okay, how planes are going to form. Okay, so if you discuss the coplanar vector, so I already told you that if there are like this. Okay, so this is your x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. I made the three planes. You can see once again, I can draw that three planes, okay, by the different color, okay, so that you can easily identify. So let's say this is your xy plane, and if there are any vectors moving in any direction, so these will be known as a coplanar vector. Means these will have a same plane of x and y. Okay, these will have a same plane, that is a plane of x and y. Now, if you are talking about the another plane, if you are talking about this, let's say this plane, this xz. If there are any vectors like this, so these will be your coplanar vector in xz plane. Okay, so these will be your coplanar vector in xz plane. And if you are talking about another vector, that is like this, this is yz plane, and if there are certain vectors, then these vector will be also known as a coplanar vector, but these will be coplanar in yz plane. So we can name them. So let's say this is a vector. I can use the red one. A vector and B vector. Let's say this is C vector and D vector, and this is your E vector and F vector. So you can understand in a way, you can write here the A vector and B vector are coplanar in xy plane. So this will be coplanar in xy plane. And this C vector and D vector, what about this? C and D vector are also coplanar in xz plane. So this will be planar in xz plane. Okay, and this E vector and F vector, once again these are going to be planar, but the plane will be different, that is yz plane. Okay, so this is the case of the coplanar vector. Is it clear to all of you or not? I hope it is clear to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, coming to the another type of vector, that is known as your coterminous vector. Means now you can understand from the word itself. Co means same, terminus means you can say the end points. if there are vectors that are ending on the same point, okay, then that vector will be known as a coterminous vector. This is, I think, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Coterminous vector. Okay, we can write here the vectors having same endpoint are known as coterminous vector. So sometimes it is asked. So let me first make you clear what is coterminous vector. If you are saying that this is A vector and this is your B vector and this is your C vector. So you can see these three vectors, A vector, B vector and C vector, having same the means endpoint. So A, B, C vector will be known as your coterminous vector. Co means same, terminus means end. Okay, so you can see, say A vector, B vector and C vector are coterminous vector. Is it clear? So sometimes the question is asked like this, means whether the all co-initial vector are coplanar. Yes, all co-initial vector means whether it is true, all co-initial vector are coplanar or not. No, it can't be, because sometimes what happens, if there are two vectors and that may have a same starting point, but they can't lie on the same plane. Okay, so if you can understand like this, suppose this is a one of the plane, okay, and one vector is like this and another vector is like this. One vector is like my first finger and another vector is like my thumb. So these vector are definitely, these are the means co-initial vector, they're having a same starting point, but one vector is in the plane of this plane and this vector is out of the plane. So it is not always true that the all co-initial vector are coplanar. Okay, and it is also valid for the coterminous vector. Okay, so all coterminous vector are not compulsory that they will be the coplanar. Okay, so coming to the another vector, we have discussed these co. So we can have means a free vector, and the type we can discuss the free vector and fixed vector. This ninth one. So what about the free vector, or you can say what about the means basically you can say the fixed vector. So free vector whose initial point is not fixed is called a free vector, or you can say these are the non-localized vector. You can take example, means if a particle moving in the straight line, and if you are talking about the velocity, so in means a starting point is not same, means starting point is not fixed. Okay, or you can say for the displacement vector, so starting point is, once again we don't know the starting point, so these can be said as a free vector those vectors which do not have fixed starting point. Those vectors which do not have a fixed starting point are known as a free vector. Okay, we can take the example. Example is your displacement vector.
Water and stop wastage.
See, please mute. The displacement, or you can say the velocity vector. Okay, now come to the another vector, that is your, you can say the fixed vector. Means in case of the fixed vector, you should know that the starting point is fixed. So when we talk about the means a position vector, when we talk about the position vector, its starting point is always with lies in the origin. Okay, the starting point will be always in the origin. Okay, so we can see or means those vectors which have fixed starting point. Okay, if there are vector that having a fixed starting point, then that vector will be known as a fixed vector, are known as fixed vector. We can take the example of this. Example of this is your, you can say, position vector. Now you can understand what is basically the position vector, how this is represented. You can see, if particle is here, you can say this is your R1 vector. This R1 is your, you can say this R1 is your position vector. Position vector means what? This is specifying the position with respect to origin. Means position vector always specify the position of object with respect to the origin. Okay, so its initial point will be always lying on the origin. That's why it is categorized under the fixed vector. It is categorized under the
free vector.
Actually the free vector which do not have a fixed starting point. I will just discuss. Let me first this explain, then I will discuss the means fixed vector here only. Okay, so the position vector is said to be the vector that specify the position with respect to origin. Suppose the position of particle at t is equal to 0 was at A, and at t is equal to t, time t, after certain time, the position vector becomes R2 vector. Now, okay, now if particle moves from here to here, that is from 1 to 2, so R12 will be your displacement vector, and this displacement vector is going to be free vector because it depends upon the position vector. It depends upon the position vector. If position vector changes, then the displacement means this displacement vector is going to change. Means it is free to move. Okay, but in case of the fixed vector, the position vector always having its starting point starting from the origin. Okay, but in case of the free vector, this free vector can start from anywhere. Okay, suppose at this time the position of particle was starting from A to B. At any another instant, it can be here only, it can be here, it can be here, and it can be here. If you are talking about the displacement vector, so this displacement from here to here, this will be your displacement. In another case, if you are talking displacement from here to here, this will be the displacement. In another case, you are talking about displacement, this will be displacement. So each and every time the displacement vector is going to change. So because it's a free vector, that's why the displacement is going to change. Got my point or not? Now it become clear about the free vector and fixed vector.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this was all about your, you can say, the different kinds of vector. Okay. So now we are going to just start the basically addition of vector. Okay. And one thing we can also understand here, if we are going to multiply with any number to the vector quantity. So just try to understand what I'm trying to say is, if we are just going to multiply any constant number to the vector, then the magnitude will be changed, but direction will be remain same. Okay, means if we will multiply any number, any constant number to any of the vector, okay, then the magnitude will be changed, but direction will be unchanged. Okay, so let's see in the another page what we can understand. You can say the okay, multiplication. Multiplication of constant on vector. So we can just understand, if a vector is multiplied by non-zero constant, its magnitude will change while direction remains unchanged. Okay, while direction remains your unchanged. Okay, so how we can see the direction is going to be unchanged? You can see like this. Suppose this is your A vector, and now you are willing to have B vector that is equal to the half of A vector. So this will be like this, na? Okay, so this B vector is going to written as half of A vector. Now you can see the magnitude is going to change, but direction is remain same. Okay, in another example you can see like this. Suppose this is your A vector, and if you are willing to have like this, so this is B vector, it can be written as minus 2A. But in this case, if you are multiplying here, the non-zero constant I was telling, so non-zero constant may be your positive. We are talking here about the positive. You can say non-zero, we can write here the positive. This is case of positive constant. So its a magnitude will be changed while direction remains unchanged. This is case 1. This was for the constant like positive constant. And if there is a negative constant, the direction will be also changed. So in this case, if constant is negative, then magnitude and direction both changes. Magnitude and direction both changes. Okay, so we should be very careful about this. Okay, so it is basically if it is positive, then the only magnitude will change. If it is negative, then the magnitude and direction both will change. Okay, so now coming to the basically addition of the vector. Okay, so we should discuss about the what is how the addition of vector is done, whether it is a simple algebra or there will be certain change. Okay, so we are just going to discuss about the addition of the vector. So what do you think, if any person is there, okay, and he is pulled by the two another person in opposite direction, suppose like this. Suppose here is a kutub, okay, and now this is pulled by the any person, that is, let's say Subham is pulling him with force F1,
Sir,
and,
Ansuman plus one.
and now Ansuman is
Sir, Ansuman plus one.
yeah, Ansuman is
Yeah,
pulling
plus one.
with F2. Okay, so what will happen? What
Yes,
will
sir.
happen? Where Kutub will move? This is, let's say, Kutub.
Ansuman side.
No, Subham is pulling and Ansuman is pulling. Subham is pulling in this side and Ansuman is pulling this side, and from here this person is you can say the RN is there and who is watching this. Okay, what he will observe? What he will observe? Whether this Kutub is going towards the Ansuman. Let's say here Subham is pulling. Here your Ansuman is there. So what will be observed by this Aryan? Okay, let me know what will happen. So the the person, or you can say Kutub, will move in direction which having a larger magnitude of force. Okay, he will move in a direction which having a larger magnitude of force. If Subham is applying 10 Newton, let's say, and this Ansuman is applying, let's say, 8 Newton. So the Kutub will move towards the Subham, isn't it? He will move or not? So how can
Yes,
you say? How can you say? You can say by seeing that this is 10 Newton, this is 8 Newton. You are just subtracting it. Why you are subtracting? If we are discussing about the addition of vector, then why you are subtracting? There is not
Sir,
any
because
such,
it is making 180 degrees, sir.
yeah, we'll discuss these things, because in vector we don't need to subtract anything. There will be the addition, but the addition sometimes for the subtraction of vector, it is said like
Negative.
this: addition of one positive and one negative vector, or you can say the addition depends upon the direction. The addition depends upon the direction. Okay, suppose you are set to suppose you are set to add 10 plus 8, so you will say
Minus.
it will be 18, means I am just saying you have to add it algebraically. Okay, I am not saying these are the fours. I am giving you number 10 and 8 are there, and you have to just add it. So what you will say, this will be 18, means I should not put here the Newton, because I am saying that these are the two numbers. Okay, if I will say this is 10 Newton and this is 8 Newton, and now I am willing to get the resultant. So now we should
18.
know the fancy mathematics, that is a law of addition of vector. Okay, so for adding two vector quantities, we should aware with how these can be added, and these can be added by three methods. What are these three methods? This is law of addition of vector. So what are they? Addition of vector. So first is triangle law of addition. Triangle law.
Parallelogram law.
Yeah,
Law of
triangle
addition.
and there will be used law of parallelogram.
Parallelo.
Law of
Yes, sir.
parallelogram, and there will be your, this is your law of polygon. Law of polygon.
Polygon.
So this will be law of polygon. So we'll discuss these things. So triangle law, will see how this is going to be used. Law of parallelogram, how this can be used, and law of polygon, how this can be used in different cases. And we'll see the resultant is going to be same. The method is going to be different. The resultant is going to be same. So we'll also see in which case which law is suitable and how, in which case which law should be applied. So if I'm saying that there are basically the two coplanar vectors are there, but they are not co-initial vector. So I will see, go for the triangle law of addition. Okay. And if I'm saying that if there are two co-initial vectors, there are two co-initial vectors, then I will say go for the law of parallelogram. If I'm saying there are more than two vectors that are coplanar but not co-initial, then I will say go for the law of polygon. Okay. So these things I will discuss. Okay. So in the means next class, this next class is going to be very important for your whole physics, because in 11th and 12th there will be lots of application of the vector. Once you will understand the addition of vector, then it will be very easy to understand the concept based on the law of addition of vector. Okay. So be careful. So kindly present on tomorrow's class. We'll discuss these things and we'll solve some numerical based on it. Okay. So I'm leaving here only. So that's it for today. We'll connect tomorrow and we'll discuss further. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.